We're discussing in these episodes the idea of leveraging ideas in your purpose pursuit, and of course we've gone quite a bit, and I want us to look at one more thing that we can be able to do and learn actually from ideas, because we've said ideas are important and everyone has ideas, and these ideas can actually connect us to what our purpose is at the end of the day. And therefore it's important for us to take a look at ideas from different angles, and that's what we've been doing initially. And today we're also going to look at another angle in which you can look at ideas. And I think today's episode is important for us to note, because at some point in time we get stuck in things that don't work, even when we are well-meaning and we are trying to apply ourselves, but just things don't work. So what kind of ideas should we be looking at to help us in that scenario? Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Well, if I'm to do a recap for you, I'll tell you that we've learned so far that ideas are what run everything, that everything you see around you, whether it's living, non-living, whether it's man-made or whatever it is a result of an idea. The origin of that thing, whatever it is an idea. In other words, the ideas that we have are actually that important. The second thing we've learned is that ideas belong to everyone, as in everyone has an idea. In fact, there are people who have discovered their purpose solely by pursuing an idea. The idea that just refused to go. It came into their mind, it came to their system, it came to their spirit, and they latched onto it, and it just did not go, and they ended up discovering what their purpose is through the ideas. And so we're looking at different ways in which ideas manifest themselves. And I've been looking at that in the previous episodes, and today I just want us to take a look at further how ideas manifest themselves. And maybe I'll tell you that we saw already that ideas manifest themselves from intuition and from instinct. And we say that is in the realm that we don't even have a hold of, we don't even have a control over. But that realm is connected. We connect to that realm of the divine through instinct and through intuition. And it's from that realm that we download some of the ideas that we are passionate about, and ideas that we, get concerned about. We are looking at those ideas because they matter to us the most. And probably it varies from one person to another. What matters to you is totally different from what matters to me. But what matters to you comes to you in terms of an idea. Right? And we also looked at yesterday how ideas manifest. They manifest through acquisition of knowledge and facts. You get information, and the more information you get about something, the more you get a propensity of ideas coming to you from that body of knowledge. You can review yesterday's episode and we can see how that important it is. But today I want us to look at one important aspect of ideation. That ideas occur to us in terms of principles. That's why I said earlier on that you can find some people wanting to excel in one thing or another, and they're failing. Their hearts are sincere, their hearts are pure, they might be even very spiritual, they obey God, but just things don't seem to work. Things don't seem to turn up the way they wanted them to turn up. there could be missing something. And what they are missing is an idea, listen to this, that is connected to principles. Gravity is a principle. Sowing is a principle. Seed is a principle. SEED. It is a principle. Maturity is a principle. Process is a principle. Time is a principle. Timing is a principle. Collaboration is a principle. Focus is a principle. You get what I'm saying? That ideas at some point in time will also come in those forms of principles. In other words, if you don't apply a principle, a correct principle, in terms of this, the idea of the principle that I'm applying, it comes to the level where you get frustrated. Your heart is pure. Your heart is okay. You want it to apply. Let me use this example. It's a very perfect example. In spirituality, in religion, there are very many folk who are pure, righteous, right? They are pursuing righteousness, they are actually pursuing holiness, and they are pursuing purity to the best of their ability. And sometimes they do get there. Of course, it's not, no one is perfect when it comes to spirituality. Really, it's hard to have the standard of spirituality that you desire. You can always be better, but you can never get there. You can never be holy, because when you talk about spirituality, it is not necessarily just about the things we do. It is also about the things we think about, right? The ideas that come to us. So you can say, I never bet someone up, but you might have thought about beating them up. Is that purity? Is that righteousness? So let me not go there so much. But I'm saying that you can think wrongly, sincerely wrongly, that I don't curse, I don't beat people, I go to my house of worship as I am required. I try as much as possible to follow the rules, the tenets of my house of worship or of my religion. And you are sincerely thinking that lifestyle should result into an economic breakthrough, or it should impact your economic or even business life. And that's why you find people trying as much as possible to align themselves to their God. You find people naming their business after God's names, thinking that it might appease God, right? And they try as much as possible to not offend God, thinking that in so doing, they are going to get quote-unquote favor with God, and their business or their entity or their enterprise or their pursuit or their cause is going to succeed. But they will be wrong, because it doesn't matter how much pious you are. If you don't use the ideas of principles, ideas that come from principles, in fact, if you don't use economic ideas and you're trying to use spiritual ideas on economic principles, it's going to fail. That's why you can be as pious as possible and things are just not shifting. Your economics are down and you're a righteous person. I mean, you're praying, you're a prayerful person and stuff like that. But things are not moving. It will be because the ideas you're using are not principal ideas, so to speak. They are ideas in economics that you need to apply. There are ideas in spirituality that you need to apply. There are ideas in relationships that you need to apply. Ideas in terms of principles in relationships that you need to apply. And so I find that if you pursue your purpose and you use this idea of principles, there's a way you can be able to get connected. Why is it that some people who earn a salary each month for 10 years consistently are having problems paying school fees for their children? Why is it that they are having money problems? Why is it that marriages of well-meaning spiritual people are on the rocks, it is surely not because of lack of facts. We talked about facts yesterday. It's not about lack of knowledge, but for the most part, it is lack of application of principles. So if you get ideas of principles of how things work, you are in good books as well as you are on your way of succeeding in your life. But principles are fixed. Facts vary. They change. Therefore, the greatest ideas that we ought to look for are based on principles and not facts. Principles govern every area of your life. So in all our endeavors, it will be great to learn what works. This is where mentors come in. People who have gone and they have seen, they have done that, they bought the t-shirt, showed the movie. It is where experience also counts. And if you look at this well-beaten path, and I know this sounds a bit weird because I've normally advocated to go where there is no path. But if you look at where principles are, chances are that you will be in the confines of purpose. You'll be in the confines of universal purpose to begin with, but you can also be in the confines of your own purpose at the end of the day. That's how powerful ideas are. That's how we can be able to leverage these ideas in our purpose pursuit. Leverage the ideas that are connected to principles. Tomorrow we're going to look at one more issue that you can be able to use even as we're starting to come to a close of this episode. But until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.